Once again, I am in the car doing a head kick audio interview, but that's all right because I got here Cam the Dark Shark Chism, who's going to be competing in the semifinals. We are already at the semifinal, well, finally, I should say, at the Road to One heavyweight tournament where the winner gets a six-figure contract with one championship. Now, Cam, this is pretty incredible stuff. And the semifinals, it's only getting better. You know what I mean? We got the best guys, I think, four of the best unsigned heavyweights in the nation right now. And they're all vying for this Road to One title. So talk to me about training camp and talk to me about, your thoughts and feelings going in to this fight with Trayvon Butler, or as he likes to call himself, Wild Man.
Honestly, like, it's just business as usual, you know. I switched things up a little bit this time. Instead of training back home, I came down to Philly because, well, if you've been keeping up with in the world of MMA, you know that Philly is now a hotbed. But it's always been like that. Like, this isn't like some like shocker because like I fought here for years, so I have friends here. I have people I've grown very close to. A lot of gyms I know here. A lot just cities full of killers, real life and like figuratively. But like, so I came here. But this finished. I was here earlier in the year in like February-ish, January into like the first week of February. I was here. Went home for a little bit, trained back home, and then came back to finish top off the camp. Everything's been going good. I'm feeling good. Really not much to say on that, you know. I might have some new tricks up my sleeves, but hopefully, you know, do last longer than like, 50 seconds. Cause like I've yet to see a minute of fight time. I've never seen the minute of the first round yet. I haven't even seen 50 seconds of a round yet. So like things have been going by, and like some people would like that, but for me, like I really don't. Because then like you get this weird stigma of people attached to you, like, well, how's he gonna fare in later rounds? How's he gonna fare with this? How will he fare with that? And it's like just like people aren't planning on going out to get quick finishes all the time. Like it's just not how it works. Like everyone trains to like they're gonna be fighting for 15 minutes. If you're training like you're only gonna be fighting for 5 minutes or less, you're stupid. And like that's a horrible way to train. Like you can, I'm not gonna whatever. Like, but when you're tired in the second round, like, oh well, that's your fault. Hold that out respectfully, you know. Um, and like I don't really have too many thoughts on the dude, you know. I feel like, and it sounds weird for this coming from me, because in fact the path that I've had and to get to here, but his path was way easier than mine was, in my opinion. Like he had a much easier path. Like I had to fight twice to get here, you know. Like I had to do two actual fights. I had to get punched in my face in like two fights to get here, you know. Like he was lucky enough where his first opponent was on short notice, and then like no disrespect to that guy, that dude should not have been fighting him. Like he stepped up, great, congratulations, all the power to him, you know. But like he fought that dude, and the time he fought that guy, he hadn't fought anymore. That was his last fight. Like his last time he fought for you guys was his last fight. In that time, I cranked out 2 pro fights, you know. So like he hasn't been that active, and it's like, yo, you got to the semis off of one fight, and you fought a guy that like was off for a super long time too, and to get here. So it's like, all right, cool. Like I know, like like I said, based off my path to getting here, I don't have much room to talk, but it's like I still had to go through not through like a fight camp, a full fight camp, and then I had to go through even for my last fight, I had to go through an opponent change. And the fight before that, I took that fight on short notice, and had to get all of my medicals and stuff done. So I had to go through all like if you're in the fight game, you know how stressful that can be. You know, from physicals, blood work, getting your eyes checked, all that stuff. We had to go through all of that, and it's like I just feel like he had the much easier path to getting to getting to this particular point. You know what I mean? And like, I'm not knocking them because everyone take the path of least resistance. You know, like the other dude that's in the tournament. I can't think of his name. He's fighting Terrence. He didn't even have to fight to get to this point. He just got to hop in because people just couldn't hack it for whatever reason. And that's okay. That happens. Like, cool. Take the path of least resistance. Like, there's an opportunity. Jump at it. That's what I did. But you can't say anything if someone calls you out and saying you had an easier path because you did. Like, I'm literally the only person left that had to fight multiple times in the tournament. If you really look around, like Terrence fought one time. We fought the same night. You know, Trevon fought one time, and the other dude hasn't fought for the tournament yet. So I'm the only person that's fought multiple times. So like that's the cool thing because like I take advantage and there is an advantage in that, and the fact that like one, I've now got to be in the rough cage twice. I've got this. I'm getting a little bit more familiar with it. You know, I'm getting familiar with the crowd and the walkout and just the energy because like I've been there now. Like I'm not like and like plus like the people now they're probably gonna remember who I am now. Like the first time they remembered me because like I had just shitty way of how the fight went. The second fight, I was like, no, I was like, no, I ended that fight. Like, regardless of what people want to say about it, like, I ended that. There was a punch. I punched him. His eyes didn't work anymore. Like, it's a TKO on the eyeball. I'm sorry. Like, it's fighting. It happens. Like, that's just what we're doing. Like, we can punch people in the eye, and sometimes hit people in the eye and their eye and they can't see. Like, I'm sorry. Like, no one wants to win that way, but at the same time, like, I want to win. I'm trying to go with 2 checks. I have 4 kids back home that I'm trying to take care of, So it's like, I'm going to take my win any way I can get it, whether I want it that way or not. At the end of the day, I can't complain too much, But like my last fight, like I felt good about that fight, like because even if had the fight not ended on that left hand the way it did, I still feel like I would have won that fight. Like I feel like even watching it, like I was winning. I was winning the exchanges and everything. Like I just feel like that's not like anywhere. That's not anywhere out of the realm of like, okay, like wait, I feel like if you watch fight, everyone can see where this fight's going. Like he's gonna need a haymaker. He's gonna need a finish if that fight was continued the way it was. You know what I mean? Because I had a really strong pace. I was landing a lot. I was kicking. I was stopping takedowns. I was reversing positions. I was landing very hard, clean shots. Like there's punches. You go back and watch where I hit him and the knees start to go. Like you can see that he starts to buckle here and there, which is cool because I always said I don't have knockout power as a heavyweight, and I feel like I have to stop saying that because like I'm starting to hit people and like their body's starting to like involuntarily react. Maybe I can't say that anymore, but like that's just my thoughts and feelings on that particular situation. Like it is what it is. I understand like he took some time off or whatever, and I'm sure it was training because like no one as a pro fighter takes time away from training. In my opinion, a real pro fighter will not take time away from training. I'm sure he's in the gym busting his ass. If he wasn't, well, we'll find out come Saturday. But I don't really have any problems with the dude. He's a very unique character. I don't really like follow what he says too much because like I think he's just a character. But and like I watch his fights, but his fights have taken place so long ago that it's very hard to know like, well, who are you now? Because like his last fight was like what 2 years ago or whatever, something like that. But like what it was RUF 39 was literally his last fight. But we're on 46 right now. Like, dude, we're almost 10 events away from like his last fight. You really think about it, that's a long time, and like RUF puts on events pretty frequently. Like you guys have events pretty in very close proximity to one another, which is great. I love it because it gives guys that are active a chance to stay active. But like in that time period, I don't know who he's become, what tricks he's learned, but I've said it before and I'll say it now. Like there's a huge difference between in cage fight time and fight speed and reactions versus training time. Like, they're not the same thing. And I know, like, I heard a rumor that he went to go do, like, the Ultimate Fighter thing, which is cool. Hey, more respect to you. In my opinion, I wouldn't do that because I'm like, why would I leave a tournament where if I win, I'm guaranteed a spot in a major promotion versus taking a risk to pass up this guaranteed opportunity to go take a chance on something, because you have to try out to even get into the Ultimate Fighter house. Then you have to fight in the house. So you have to try out for it, right? Then you have to fight to get into the house. And then once you're in the house, you have to fight like 4 more times just to even get to the finals of the UFC. That's a long fucking time. That's a lot of ifs in there. Because like you can go and we've seen like prime example is Ton Lee. Look, I'm a huge Ton Lee fan. Ironically, Ton Lee also fights for one. He's their featherweight champion. Massive fan of that guy. Been a fan of him and his brother for a very long time. And Ton was one of those dudes who got into the house, fought in the house. I'm pretty sure he's one of the only people that had a knockouts on his season. Lost one fight, wasn't signed to the UFC. Literally, I'm pretty sure he lost a semifinals fight, wasn't signed. He fought on a regional circuit, and then one was like, come on. Now look at him. So, like, why would I pass this up to go do that? And, like, I get, like, closed mouths don't get that. You got to take the risk. But for me, I feel like that would be an unnecessary risk. I would not do that. And that's why I've stuck in this tournament this whole time. Like, yeah, I had offers to go fight for people, and I'm like, why would I do that? Why would I go fight for somewhere else and then risk getting hurt? Like, Waldo did it a couple times. Like, when I was supposed to fight him. He was in the tournament, and he was like, yeah, you want to go fight for Bellator? All right, cool, whatever. It's Bellator, whatever. But then it's like, well, bro, if you go over there and get hurt, now you're out of the tournament. Not that it matters. He's not in the tournament anyway. You know? But, like, I just feel like people were taking unnecessary risk. And, like, to me, like, that doesn't speak to, like, fight maturity, in my opinion. Because, like, why would I pass it up? Like, why are you passing up a 6-figure contract to a major promotion, bro? Like, what are you doing? You know, like, that's crazy to me. Like, I don't understand. Because, like, yeah, that's just mind blowing to me. Like, I couldn't fathom doing that, you know? And, like, but that's why I feel like why I'm here, because I make smart decisions. Like, yeah, I couldn't be as active as I wanted to be, you know? And, like, I offered the time I've been fighting for RUF. I've offered to take one fight outside the tournament, and it was still for RUF. And that's because, like, and even then it was, I said, yeah, I'll take it because I was approached about it. I just fought Ellery, and we saw that fight went. So it's not like I was in bad shape or anything, you know. And yeah, it would have been another short fight against can't remember his name now. I used to know it. Now it's like by the wayside. You know, he's retired now, but like, hey, if you ever comes out of retirement, I know a guy. If you ever feel like, you know, hopping back in the cage. But like, I just feel like I've made very smart decisions when it's come to this tournament and like how I've gone about things, whether it's from my management, my team, the people I've had around me, listening to my body, to like going about my recovery and like, you know, taking time like away from like my friends and family to come to Philly, because like I live 3 hours away from Philadelphia. Like I have to like travel to get here. Like it's a good distance, you know. Like I said, I'm 3 hours away, so like I haven't seen my girlfriend. I haven't seen my kids in like 2 weeks. Before that, I didn't see them for 5 weeks. You know, so like I'm just here and I'm training, and it's nice that I get to do that because it keeps me focused strictly on fighting. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be a boyfriend. And yeah, I'm gonna be a dad. Like that's inevitable. But while I'm here training, only thing I am is Dark Shark. There is no Cam. It's just Dark Shark is here. Focus on fighting. Focus on the kill. Focused on the hunt. You know. But then I get to go back home, and yeah, I train at my gym back home. But I also get to have that break away from like that like pressure of like fighting. And I don't actually call it a pressure, but like that that fight feeling all the time, you know? But I don't feel like I'm always like in like go mode where I go back home and it's like we're chilling, we're enjoying this time. And it's like, all right, fight's coming up. Gotta go. Business duty calls. See you guys soon. You know? And like some people don't like that. Like, and that's cool. You know, a lot of people train in their home. But I feel like for me, it's good to come here and train because one thing I get that a lot of people don't get because like this is not my home gym. Like I came here because the guy that coaches the gym here actually cornered against me twice. Like we were like rivals before we were friends. Like we were always friends, but like I've had to fight two of his guys. You know, he's 1-1 against coaching against me. But he also studied me very, very like extensively. So it made sense to come train with him because he already knew my style and what I do. So he saw the holes in my game because he was preparing to deal with holes in my exploit holes in my game. So why would I not go train with the guy that knows them, right? But because it's not my home, I don't have that comfort of just sparring with people. Like when you're in your home gym, sparring people feels like walking down the road. There's no other feelings. You're just this is home. Living best life. Feels like walking in the front door. When you go to a different gym to spar people, it's as close as you can get to a fight feeling as you can get because you've never worked with them before. You don't know what you're getting into now. And I pretty much gotten that same feeling daily. I'm like weekly because the gym's so damn big, you know? Like we just had like 38 people in our jujitsu class earlier today. Like it was crazy, you know? From multiple brown belts and black belts in the gym, just rolling around. I'm getting strangled all freaking day, all night by fucking high level dudes. Fucking fantastic, right? but so like, but even my grappling, I get to roll these guys that I'm unfamiliar with, and they're so advanced that like I feel like now come fight time, I'm gonna be so used to that feeling that I'm not gonna notice it as much because like that's the thing that's more so the feeling in fighting that's like the feeling is like you're the unfamiliarity of it, like the what if, the I don't know. But if you're used to being in that state, then you wouldn't notice it, you know? Like if I told you to walk around with ankle weights on for 6 months straight, never take them off. Probably by like the third, fourth week, you're probably gonna not notice that you're wearing them anymore. Probably gonna forget that they're on, and because you'll be so used to it, and then you take them off, and you're like, holy shit, these bitches are fucking light, you know? Same reason. It's a part of the reason why we train in 16-ounce gloves. One, because the cushion, but two, because they're 4 times heavier than the gloves we fight in. Literally, we fight in 4-ounce gloves. My gloves are 16. My gloves are 16 ounces. So like, it just makes sense. The boxing gloves come off, and now punches fly faster because I don't have a pound on my hand anymore. So if I can take that same state and apply it mentally, I feel like that helps a lot. You know, it takes you out of the comfort zone. It makes you, because I don't know people here. I don't know their style yet all the way. I'm still learning it. And there's so many different styles here. There's dudes that have more traditional style. They're more Thai based, boxing based. There's dudes that are like D1 wrestlers. There's dudes that just wrestled in high school. There's dudes that are just fucking freak of nature athletes. Like when I was here in January, we had this Russian kid in. When I tell you, I used to say I always used to make a joke like, yo, I want to wrestle Khabib. I want to know what it feels like to wrestle someone that's that strong. Like, what does that feel like? And I wrestled this kid from Russia, and I never said that shit again. I was like, my man has gorilla bear strength. I was like, he grabbed me, and I was like, oh, so I see. We're paying rent for this hand because we're clearly sharing this because this belongs to you too. Like, okay, see what we're doing now. But like, but no, I felt good this camp. I feel very good. I think this is the best I felt going into a fight in a very long, well, yeah, in a very long time. I think the last time I even remotely felt this good was probably my last fight, and but part of that was because like I knew that Samson took it on short notice, so I had the advantage of the fact of always being in camp. Like, yeah, it's technically a short notice fight for me too. It's a whole new opponent change, you know. but I was already in training. So like I think things what I had to change were just technical things. What he had to change he had to come up to like a physical standard now. Because like I don't know if he was training or not. But like either way, like bro, you're not training for a 5-minute fight. You're not training for a 15-minute fight, I mean. So like he definitely had the harder side of the short notice fight. But like I think that was the last time I felt this good. But even then, it's for different reasons though. Like now this is the first time I've had a full camp for one person. And like granted, I didn't spend much time thinking about said person because I'm just like, he's just gonna do whatever the hell he's gonna do, and I gotta do whatever I have to do. Like it's no different than anything else. Like he seems like a talker, which is cool because like either way, I've said it since day one, since literally the first time you interviewed me. Say what you have to say. It does not matter because come fight time, you still have to come see me. And every wild thing that you just said, you have to back up. And if you don't, and if your performance isn't as flawless as you said it was going to be, you now look a complete shithead in front of all your friends and family, regardless of how you win. If this fight is like I haven't paid any attention, but if he's been talking wild plays, he's saying like how it's gonna be a massacre, and he's gonna just do this and do that, right? And he doesn't do those things, or if this fight is even remotely close, hey, bro, like that's not a good look. That's a great way to make your stock fall because now you look a liar. That's just my opinion on that. So,
All right. Well, you actually covered a lot of my questions. I wanted to talk about, the camp and, any new things that you brought to training. And you pretty much summed it all up there. So now let's go ahead and just skip forward, right? You know what I'm going to ask. You already know what I'm going to ask. So after we get the dub on Saturday, what we eat?
oh, dude, chocolate milk, like vanilla chocolate almond milk all day, like that's the go-to. Like you gotta go get the vanilla almond milk with the chocolate syrup. That's it. That is the go-to like drink. Like some people are like, oh, I'm gonna get drunk. I'm like, nah, bro. Like I might do a shoey just because just as tribute to my boy Ty Tuivasa because I'm a massive fan of him. I would totally do it. I don't even care who shoe it is. I would totally fucking do it. I don't care, right? So like if I went, I might have to do it. I know my girlfriend's gonna fucking hate it, but like, dog, what better way to like get fans? But dude, that dude's wild, right? I would totally do it, right? But like vanilla chocolate almond milk is the go-to. If you want to get a little spice to it, get a little bit like caramel syrup pour in there too. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. It's amazing, perfect. Like, and then like I don't know. Like last time I was in Arizona, there's this place, and it's like this Chinese Mexican combo place, and like I want to go because like me and my teammate Oscar were there, and we saw it when we were like in the hotel, and we were like just waiting around for weigh-ins, and I was like, bro, we should go. And then we ended up not going, but like, god damn it, if I don't get to go this time, I'm fighting somebody else. So like, I don't know who it is, but somebody's getting beat up. I don't get to go this time. So like, I'm just saying, I'm gonna be on the prowl looking to throw hands at somebody if I don't get some Mexican Chinese food. Because dude, that looked amazing. I'm gonna have to find whenever I land in Arizona, I'll find it and I'll send you like the name of it so you know what I'm talking about. Because like, dude, it looked so good. Like it was amazing. I didn't even know Mexican food and Chinese food would go good together. And then I saw this combo and I was like, yo, y'all are really out here just making magic happen in the kitchen. I love it. I love it.
Hell yeah, especially big guys like us, right?
Dog, I like food, man. Like that's gonna be the rough part when I drop down in weight because eventually, like, I'm gonna drop to like 225, and I'll probably go down to like light heavyweight. Because ultimately, like, heavyweight's cool, but bro, they be hitting too hard sometimes. like they hit too hard. I don't like that. Like, bro, like Ellery's hands were the size of like cactuses. They were huge. I was like, bro, why are your hands so big? I was like, what size gloves do you wear? What are those, like 3XLs? Like, bro, I wear a large, if that. Like, I can wear a medium glove, like, without hand wraps. I was like, dude, you have some ginormous meat beaters, bro. Like, why are your hands so big? So, like, Yeah, I don't like that. Like, there's nothing like getting hit in the face with a freaking ham of a hand in your face. So like, I'll probably eventually drop down to like my love of food would have to get put in the back burner for a little bit. But for now, like, I get to enjoy a little bit here and there, you know. Like I've definitely had a cleaner diet and stuff, and like this camp I definitely focused a lot on like strength and conditioning. So like a lot of my friends are like wow, they're like, yo, you're looking in like strong shape. I'm like, I feel like I'm in strong shape. Like I feel like muscles starting to grow. Like I feel stronger. And like even when I fought Ellery is when I kind of started getting into it a little bit. So if you look at like when I fought him and then to like when I fought prior to him, physically you can start to see a little bit of a physical change if you compare the two body types. And then when I fought Samson, like I was still doing it, but I was also like I was drinking a lot of water and stuff. So I was like very like I wasn't as slim, but I weighed in lighter, but like I feel like I looked heavier because like I was just drinking all water all the time. Like I was just literally just so hydrated, you know. And like I feel like that added to like the chunky, right? Because well, I was literally just drinking. I was so thirsty in the back, I just kept drinking. I was also sick that fight. Yeah, that's something I never told anyone. I was super sick. Like if you go back and watch, there's point in times in the fight where you can hear me coughing or like see me coughing. I had during that camp I got strep throat and I got an infection in my tonsils. So like my tonsils were like a week before the fight, they were like white, green, and yellow. Dude, they were like really jacked up. Like the one was like so swollen that like it took up like 60% of like my airway when I was trying to breathe. Like it was bad. Like I was in like super shitty shape going into that fight. It's like I was like looking back, I'm glad that fight ended when it did. Because like yeah, I would have grinded through it, but like I was not healthy. Like just not in a good place physically for that fight. Yeah, that was rough. Like I just might find a picture, but like my tonsils are huge, like just like they're almost touching each other. So, but now like the body's great, everything's healthy. You know, there's no aches, no pains, no bruises. It's just for the first time, you know, the body is at 100%, and that's all thanks to the chocolate almond milk. Like it is crucial for the recovery.
Well, again, I'm a forgetful guy, so of course I forgot to give it a shot because we drink almond milk instead of regular milk. So I'm gonna have to just lock it up in here
So what
so
I'm
that
gonna do is I'm gonna stop at a store and just grab you some almond milk, some chocolate syrup, and be like, drink it. Like that's gonna be the plan. I'm just gonna like give you some almond milk and chocolate syrup and just bring it to Wayne and be like, sir, like cup, like just do your thing.
I think I'm going to, man. I think I'm going to.
It'll
All
change
right.
your life.
Well, we're pulling destination here, Cam.
All right.
We're getting ready to get off at the exit. So I want to give you a chance before we run out of time to get your shout outs and thank yous out of the way, my man.
All right. As usual, I want to thank my girlfriend, my kids, you know, my family, all my loved ones. You know, they all have been very supportive. They've always been here from the jump. Everyone that's ever supported me since like when I first started as an amateur and I started off 1 in fucking 3 and they stayed along for the journey, you know. That means a lot that they've been here to witness all of this, to see me go from a guy that struggled at the takeoff as an amateur to now having an undefeated start as a pro. So their support means everything in the world to me. My mom, my dad, you know, because like they've always been very good support system to me. You know, like my dad got me involved in wrestling. You know, he came into my life as when I was a young shithead and has pretty much raised me to be the person that I am. And I try to live my life to make him as proud as humanly possible at all times. Um, my teammates back home, current, past, and future, because like at the end of the day, like you can't get here without those guys. You know, I could never have gotten to this point without my past teammates and guys that like I spent hours in the gym getting mauled by, and the guys I train with now that spent hours in the gym absolutely mauling me, and I always get special shout outs to my teammates, Brendan and Zoe. They passed away, but like they're always here. Like they've always been like my biggest like motivations as to keep going and to like not let them down, you know. Um like that like I know they're always in the corner. So like even though like the two of my corner seats are empty, like I know they're sitting there. So I do a full corner. You just can't see two of my members there. But like those guys are always there. And there's actually a special like two special shout outs I want to give that I've started doing it more, but I definitely want to make sure that I give this one to these two specific people. And that is to a friend of mine, Serena Southpaw. She's an autistic fighter like myself. So, and seeing her go out and become a pro fighter and do what she's done has been very inspirational to me. And I'm very thankful that I've gotten to like, talk to her and interact with her and, you know, see someone like her. Cause like, I think it's very important for people, like me, like us that are on the spectrum to get to see stuff like that, to show us that like we can do anything, like spectrum or not, like nothing's stopping us. And then to Jared Gordon, who is a UFC fighter, and he speaks out about his mental health issues. He's spoken out about sexual assault and stuff that's happened to him. And he is a big reason why I started speaking out about like stuff that happened in my past, because I saw him do it. And I was like, I have nothing to be ashamed about. I was like, here's this guy, one of the best players in the world, and he had something super traumatic happen to him. And like he's living the life, man. Like he's living my dreams right now. So it's like it was cool for me to see someone like that to help me, to provide the spark for me to open up, and hopefully I can do that for other people. Obviously, I've always been thankful as for Tyson Fury for speaking up on mental health, because I think he was one of those guys that brought it to the forefront of like the fight community. So shout out to them. Shout out to all my sponsors back home. Combat Corner, X Martial Arts, Coded Ink, my boy Dustin Anello, who's providing me some of the dopest fight shirts ever. MMA Tea Company has provided me some of the dopest fight shirts ever. Like they made me these awesome ass only hands shirts and only hands hoodies. So if you ever want one of those, let me know. I'll send you the link so you can cop some. And shout out to my coach Jake, man. Like Jake is Jake is like the older brother that like I never thought I needed, but like I'm glad I have him, because he also like he kind of take me under his wing a little bit here, and been there for me and showed me a lot of different things. Same thing for my old teammate Nick. He's a godfather to my kids, my best friend, love him to death. He's the reason I even got started in fighting. So like I wouldn't even be here if it weren't for him. So the reason we're sitting here for the interview is literally because of that dude. So he has to get a shout out. And as usual, thank you to you for always having me on, man. I love it. I'm thrilled to be here. I love talking to you. Like part of like why I like winning so much is I know like, hey, I get to do another interview with you, and it's always a blast because we get to sit here and shoot the shit, have a great time, And shout out to RUF, man. Shout out to RUF for having me all times, for inviting me back, for providing me with a great hotel, and providing me with they just take care of us, man. They take care of all of us, and I love it. And I think we have to give one to one. I think they deserve one. It would be kind of fucked up to not give them one, considering the fact they've given all of us heavyweights this tournament, whether we've lasted at this point or not. But like at the end of the day, they gave a lot of us the opportunity where we can now go back and tell our grandkids, hey, I got to fight for a 6-figure contract for them, for one of the best promotions in the fucking world. So like, why are we not give them a shout out? Shout out to everyone over there, Rich Franklin. Like the absolute living legend right now. I got to meet him one time. Like, dude, that was great. I was starstruck. But like it's just been great, man. Like shout out to like it's everyone involved, the guys that do the lighting, do the recording, like everything. Like everyone deserves shout outs. I don't have enough time to give everyone like their proper credit, but like there's a lot of people that deserve it that I don't think they get it all the time. So I just want you to know, if I did not give you one, that this shout out is strictly for you, and that like you are amazing. I love everything you do. Stay great. I love you. Like you're amazing. You know, if you ever need someone to talk to, you know, you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. Everybody we're gonna talk about mental health, a game, whatever. It doesn't matter. My inbox is open. We can talk at any given time. Like I am here for the people.
All right. And where can the people follow you on social media?
All right. So my Instagram is cam_dark_chart. Pretty simple. You know, first letters of my name, underscore my fight name. Right. And then you can find me on Facebook at Cameron Chism Brungard. That's my personal page. So if you like wild ass memes, you can find me on there. I'll probably be in Facebook deal because I be saying dumb shit all the time. You had me on there. You've seen the stuff I post on Facebook. You can follow my fight page. I have two of them. You can follow my Cameron Chisholm page, right? Which is also like a regular standard Facebook page. Feel free to follow it, add it, whatever. I don't care. Or you can follow my actual fan page on there, which is just Cameron Dark Shark Chisholm. Doesn't matter. But yeah, that's how you can reach me, guys. You know. So, or if you're ever curious, right, because this goes on YouTube, just leave a comment on where you want to reach me. I'll see it and I'll reply back to it. You know, like I'm not a celebrity. I'm not famous. I'm just some dude that lives in a small ass town in Pennsylvania. Like I'm nothing special. So like I'll see it and I'll get back to you.
Okay, first of all, you're wrong. You are something special. Second of all, you have a fighter code, and I'm gonna put it at the bottom of the screen right here. What is the fighter code so that when people get their tickets or purchase a pay-per-view, you get some of that cha-ching?
All right, it's C Chisholm. Although for the next time, I'm just saying, can I get my code as Dark Shark? I'm just saying, like, I got a cool ass fight name. Can we use my code as Dark Shark next time? Because like Chisholm, like C Chisholm is cool, but like, can we get like D Shark or something, or like Dark Shark? Can we get like something involving the shark? I'm just asking. I don't know who I gotta talk to about that, but like, I'm just curious. That's all. I'm just curious.
I'll make an inquiry for you. No problem.
All right, cool.
All right, my mans. Well, again, you're going to be taking on Wildman this Saturday, March 26th, over at the Celebrity Theater for RUF 46. This is the Road to One Heavyweight Tournament semifinals. So you got this one, and then you got one more, and then you're off to one championship.
Yeah,
So,
but job's not done yet. Even then, job's not done. So
all right, my man. I will see you on Saturday.
Yes, you will.
All right, my mans. Until next time.
Peace.